Stand by, it's time for another special guest now, and I am pleased to announce I have an artist on the show who we've been following over the last couple of months, playing your records and everything. We've got JESS MOSKALUKE on the show. I hope I pronounced that right.
You did. Good job.
Brilliant. Great to have you on board, here to chat about your bright and cheerful brand new single, Knock Off.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
So my first question I wanted to ask you, what's this single about?
Well, okay, this is the thing. I have a hard time sometimes explaining what any single is about, because I really want to make sure that the listener always takes the message that they first hear. So I don't want to tell them that whatever they think this song is about, I don't want them to think that they're wrong. But from my perspective, the song it has two meanings. The first, typical lyrical content, is about a person whose ex-partner walks in the door, and they're with a new person, and the new person looks suspiciously like them. So it's kind of about a person who has a type. But the sub-meaning to me is that you really can never be replaced, and it's just to be authentically and genuinely yourself, and not to worry about trying to be anybody but you.
Thank you for explaining that. And the song put you in a good mood. Who did you work with on this record?
So on this song, I wrote it with Corey Crowder, who is my longtime producer, who also produced the track. And another person I wrote the song with was Jade Eagleson, who is one of my favorite Canadian artists right now.
Cool. And would you say it's got a kind of retro nostalgia feel to it? Maybe a bit of 90s in it?
I would definitely say that. We have explored a lot of different sounds over the last, 10 plus years of my career. And the one thing that we haven't done is the 90s country flair. And it really is something that has influenced my music and my taste in country music. But it's not really something that we've ever actively chased sonically. So it was kind of a fun little project to explore. And the 90s country, it was the right time, because that sound is kind of making a comeback right now as well.
Very true. And I wanted to ask about modern country. Is it a good feeling that it's kind of making an impact, or do you feel that it has never really gone away?
Modern country?
Yeah, or country in general, country music in general.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like country as a genre has a lot of different subgenres. So, that honky tonk 90s sound is its own thing, and pop country is its own thing. And now we've got trailer trap as well, which is a whole other thing. There's all kinds. And I think that country is just a really welcoming genre that you can kind of do exactly what you want. And I really love that about it.
And country songs always tell a story, and most importantly, they're very easy on the ear as well.
I agree. Yeah. I think that country music is a lot about the story and the lyrics. And I always say that it should make you feel something. Good music should make you feel something. So if that makes you feel like you want to get up and dance, if it makes you feel heartbreak, if it makes you feel justice or excitement, those are all valid feelings. So country music does that better than any genre I can think of.
Happy days. And do you play any instruments yourself?
A little. I always feel restricted by instruments. I play a little bit of piano and a little bit of guitar, but I don't do it very often. On stage, I find them restricting because I have a lot of energy on stage and I love to just run around, and I hate the thought of being, confined to one spot. And in a writing session, I feel really restricted because it's so much easier for me to just sing what I'm hearing instead of trying to fumble my way through the keyboard or the frets or whatever the case may be. So I play a little, but very seldom.
And go back on the road again after COVID. What's that feeling like? And you have an upcoming tour as well in your side of the pond, and London as well.
So yeah, I'm going on my first headline tour in Canada. Well, actually, my first headline tour, period, I'm going on. It happens to be in Canada, which feels appropriate. And we hope to come back to the UK. I'm sure we will. I'm currently in London right now. We played the Long Road Festival last weekend, and this upcoming weekend we'll be playing the British Country Music Festival. So there are tons of shows coming up between now and the tour as well, which is kind of an interesting thing. So we're very busy, thankfully, after the pandemic, and we will be up until pretty well Christmas.
It sounds like you're very hard working. What do you enjoy about doing something you love in this music world?
I mean, gosh, everybody enjoys doing something they love for whatever reasons they love that thing. So for me, I love my band. They are some of my best friends in the whole world. They're more like family than friends. So any time I get to spend with them is incredible. And fortunately, this year I'm spending a lot of time with them. And I love country music fans. They're real and down to earth and excitable and loyal. And I love traveling, checking out new places. And so there's a lot of really, really cool things that are kind of side perks, I suppose, to the music side of things.
Great. And growing up, or status quo now, which artists or groups or bands have been your inspiration?
Shania Twain was a big one for me. She is my all-time favorite artist, period. But the 90s when I grew up were a really great time for country music, and especially for women at that time. So Martina McBride, Faith Hill, Terry Clark, Patricia Conroy, Jessica Andrews, that list goes on. And they've all influenced my music in ways that I probably don't even fully understand, because I just make music that I like and that I would want to listen to if I was, flipping through the radio dials. So that's probably thanks to them.
And what are your thoughts on the great Shania Twain making a comeback on her tour?
I mean, in my mind, she never went away. I've been listening to her the whole time, but I'm really happy to see that she's touring again and, found her voice. I recently just watched her documentary and I found it so inspiring and motivating. My husband and I were watching it before bed one night, and I could have just leapt out of bed and just added more shows to the tour and started writing a song right then and there. I think that she's such a great role model to people, just everybody, no matter what they do, who they are, could have learned something, and probably did learn something if they watched that documentary.
And would it be one of your dreams to fulfill to do a tour with her, maybe at one point, if that's possible?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Shania, if you're listening, holler at me. I'll do it.
You never know. And speaking of hollering and social medias and websites, would you like to tell my listeners or where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm on all of the social media. And luckily, my name is quite unique. So you can just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all of them just at JESS MOSKALUKE.
I was actually doing an interview with a previous artist, and we're chatting about how having a unique name is a good thing because there's only one of you. JESS MOSKALUKE on the show. It's a pleasure to have you on chatting about your new single and country music. It's a pleasure.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
And we're going to get your new track on the show right now. Let's get it played. Would you like to introduce it on?
I would love to. Hey, I'm JESS MOSKALUKE, and this is my brand new single. This is called Knock Off.